What's good, YouTube? It is almost 2 a.m. and it's been almost 2 weeks since I've posted a video on YouTube. But I'm trying to do something different now. The last time I did an album review, and I found out that it's taking too much of my time. It took a lot of my time. Instead of putting all this effort into listening to an album, writing about it, rating it, etc., I'm going to actually put this energy and this effort into something that I deem as more important, aka giving advice and defining things. By that I mean writing for myself in the future. What is a man? This is my definition of a man, and this stands true to me until I change my mind on it or I add to it. As of right now, it is pretty late outside. I mean, you could probably see. It is 2 a.m. It is the 12th of January, and it is my second video of 2025. This video will try to define what a man is. If you just want the conclusion, aka the short and straight to the point definition, skip to this timestamp. And if you are willing to stay and hear my multiple takes on this matter, then you are welcome to stay. I'm trying to create a safe space for everyone. So if I happen to say something that you see as not righteous, then comment or send me a message. All love. I'm sorry, it's like pretty, it kind of ruins the vibe, but it is really, really cold outside. So now I'm inside. So yeah. Anyways, a man is an idea, a set of qualities and values that make up his mind. I'm going to go over all of them. The first one is, a man is open-minded. Open-mindedness isn't just accepting that some people can love the same gender. No, it is much broader than that. Open-mindedness is the capability to learn without fear. And by that I mean allowing people to explain themselves without the need of letting biases get into the way. I'll give an example. Someone is talking about how trash your football team is. What a man would do, in my opinion, is listen to his takes, gathering the ideas that he preached, and actually taking the time to analyze them. Now, with my example comes a lot of mistakes that you may have noticed. I am a big advocate for not being nonchalant and stoic. I don't like these ideas. If someone is just trying to belittle you, don't try to make them finish. Listen to the couple of phrases they have to give you, and if you only hear hatred coming out of their mouth, then end it. Secondly, technically speaking, analyzing certain ideas is, it means you're going to be biased. To better yourself, follow the second quality of a man, which is, a man has a set of ideas and irrefutable, that word is difficult, irrefutable truths. Me personally, I am and I try to be a religious person. I am Muslim. Please guard yourself with some sets of ideals. These can range in a lot of categories, but generally, you should have some about the people that you allow in your life. I'll explain. AKA red flags and green flags. You should have a list of red flags and the green flags that you can see in somebody. If somebody is doing something that you deem as unreasonable and unacceptable, then do two things. Ask that person why they did it. If that person gives you a satisfactory answer and doesn't do it again, then cool. If that person gives fake reasons that aren't respectful, or they do it again after you forgave them, then set that person aside. Peace is your right. Peace is your right. Peace is your right. And I'll tell you why later in the video. You may tell me, why ask them why they did this or why they did that? Shouldn't we stick to our ideals? And like I said, yes. But remember, I said you should be open-minded. And if God, the most merciful, can forgive, then we should too. But not at the cost of your peace. If your peace is slightly at stake, then remove that person from your life. This also goes for ideas, activities, and hobbies. And the most important one, habits that you have. Discuss and question yourself on the validity of these things, and I promise you, you will feel better after some time. You ever talk to someone and choose to ignore their red flags just because they have a single quality? You ever choose to follow a friend who is known to be trouble, just to get hurt by someone or something? You ever do something to someone because it is who you are and end up making that person hate the way they are? All these have to go. We are pure by default, and these sets of ideals that you can have are there. They're in your mind. Just question yourself on the validity of this and that, of this idea and that idea, and you will receive the answer. I care to share that being religious helps lots in this. I, when I'm confused, ask God for directions and I receive them. So if you can, please try. Okay. Third one is, do not let your fear of vulnerability affect you. Toxic masculinity is fear of being vulnerable, at least in my opinion. Scared of being judged or being weak. But even then, what people perceive as being weak, I perceive as lifelong gifts. Whenever I cry, I remember that I am human too. That I am not perfect. I cannot be perfect. See, I'm literally coughing. I'm not perfect. You know, Kevin Gates is a rapper. He's also a really funny man. He gets on podcasts, etc. But he's not a role model. But he does speak some great words sometimes. He once gave an example of how toxic masculinity can be. I'm going to give the example as a personal experience that me and you have maybe experienced. Whenever I saw a guy staring at me, I would take it as a challenge. Right? I would stare back. But now that I look back at it, it was fear. Fear of being seen as not confident and an easy target. A man shouldn't scream at his son for falling down and crying, telling him to quit whining and get up. No. A man will help. Try to make that child feel heard and teach him how not to fall again. A man is a teacher. Yes, indeed, he is, my friend. Now, don't get me wrong. Intimacy is earned. This quote my friend gave me, and it translates to, you shouldn't divulge your thoughts and secrets to anybody. It has to be earned and bought with respect. But being scared of being vulnerable, in this case, is you being in your boxing stance, even outside the ring. You need to learn when to engage your sense, and when it is okay to lower your guard. And I know it can be hard, my friend. I know it can be hard to be vulnerable. You can even ask my dearest friends, the people that I keep very close. Even as of today, I am scared to share third and thoughts with them. But I'm working on that. But always remember this, my lovely human beings. Feelings are experiences and not identities. The fourth one is, a man always strives to learn. This is the next part of being open-minded. But it's a bit different. You should always be willing to learn about everything and anything. A man is a logical human. A human that asks questions, but intelligent ones. A man always strives to become better at the things he's doing. Learning doesn't only mean knowing when the universe will collapse on itself. No, it's also about learning skills that may help the people around and himself. Now let's pause this quality and talk about how all human beings should act. And it may come as a surprise, but most of these qualities that I'm talking about can work for both genders, in my opinion. Matter of fact, all of these qualities work for every single human being on earth. So, yeah, maybe it is not a definition of a man, maybe it is a definition of a good human being. Be optimistic and smiley. Help if you can help. Because when you need help, you will be grateful for the person that does actually give a hand. I read a tweet about you doing good because you are good, and not expecting things in return is what everybody should do. And I 100% disagree with that. Expectations are not morally wrong. They are feelings. They are wrong if and only if you don't talk about them and get mad that the other person isn't doing what they should do. Please, I beg you, for the love of God, communicate with the people you are expecting things from. Ask them why or if they would do such a thing. And I promise you, you will get answers. Even if it is silence, it is an answer. I promise to God. People that say, oh, you are expecting things from me, so you are bad, are the bad people in this situation. Or at least, not bad, but lack awareness. Lack awareness of the world around them. Because the person that expects from them went out of his way to ask you why you didn't do it. Doing good just because you are good can only go so far. We are not saints, not prophets. Doing good with the hope of receiving it in return is what everybody on earth does. Everyone on earth does. Every single person hopes for good. Every single human being hopes for good things to happen to them. And the best way to wish is to do. If you want happiness, spread happiness. I see expectations that are spoken about as hope, and the ones that tarnish your soul as sorrow. Okay, back to learning skills. First, find a hobby that you see as cool, then learn it for yourself. Actually put effort, write, and film yourself doing it. I'll tell you why. Though these videos that you will be taking of yourself, that you will store, and every single time you feel bad, every single time that you see that you're not working enough or that your effort have not paid, just look back at where you were a couple weeks ago or how you started. You'll see the difference and get motivated. Have a hobby that when you're sad or down, you can do to make yourself feel better. You need peace. Having peace of mind is the easiest way to have a good life. In this case, be a man. Be a human. So please protect it. I know it can be hard to split some people, or even addictions out of your life, but please do so. Fifth idea. A man asks for forgiveness. Asking sorry from someone that is hurt can be extremely difficult. So fucking hard, actually. But in order to be a man, you need to be able to say sorry, no matter the age, no matter the person, no matter the situation. I started adding this to my daily life, and it helped me be loved and respected by so many people. My peers, to even children. You don't know how far an apology can go. Some words you say you deem as not important may have hurt someone's soul and mind. So whenever you feel like there is unease in the room for something you did, ask for forgiveness. Asking for forgiveness isn't just saying sorry. No, it is about saying sorry for the way you hurt that person. and how your actions weren't righteous, and that you will try your best not to do it again. Do you ever get a bad apology, aka someone saying, "Oh, I'm sorry for everything I did," or the person basically just explains why they did such and such without hearing a single word of compassion? Don't be that kind of person. You should know why you are asking for forgiveness. You should go and tell that person, "I am sorry for this, I'm sorry for this, I'm sorry for that." Don't go and say, "I'm sorry for everything." Doesn't make sense. I had I had a pretty bad experience with asking for forgiveness. I didn't know how important that was and how bad I was until someone did the same thing to me. I didn't realize that my actions were hurtful till somebody did the same thing to me. And I call that karma. We call that karma, right? Uh, and that day, when that person did something really bad to me, I ended up asking for forgiveness from more than 10 people. And I swear to you, their reactions were priceless. They always waited for this message to be sent from me. And I gave it to them because they deserve it. Okay. Sixth quality. Sixth quality. Boy. Okay. A man forgives. He forgives for past mistakes, but also learns from them. Remember the ideals and values you should have, aka the red flags and the green flags? Well, forgiving people adds things to the list of how you want the person around you to be. Someone did something pretty trashy against you, add how if a person did the same thing, it may steal your peace. But a man's most important forgiving act is forgiving himself. Forgiving himself for past mistakes. Oh, this person was perfect, and I fucked it up. I swear to you, my friend, that you will learn from it. You actually already learned from it. Things will not always turn out the way they should. So please forgive yourself. I know how hard it is to forgive yourself, but you should. Remember that time this happened to you and you thought it was the end of the world? You don't think the same of it now. You may even have forgotten it. I don't want you to forget it. However, I want you to learn from it. This is how you forgive yourself. Many people see themselves as saviors, but as J. Cole says, they are false prophets. It's a condition, and one where you pray that people look at your success and wish you can come and help them. You are not perfect. Calm down a bit and live life as a human being, not as God's messenger. You may be able to draw, play the piano, cut hair, braid hair, cook, nice to kids, good to the poor, skate, dance, play tennis, play football. You can do all of that, but if inside of you, you are always wishing for people to see you as their savior, then all your work, all the work you've put in, gathering these hobbies, these skills, ends up being used for the wrong thing. Okay, conclusion. Overall, a man is a kind human being, one who is willing to show emotion, staying far away from pessimistic thoughts and nonchalant poses. A man is one who is true to himself, takes decisions to keep his peace. The same peace will be making helping the people in need easier. A man is a learner, willing to hear explanation without being condescending. A man is a teacher, one who is willing to help the people that need it. A man forgives the world and himself for not being perfect. A man asks for forgiveness for the unrighteous things he caused, no matter the size of them. And finally, a man doesn't let fear dictate how he should act. A man should love, love, love. This is the reason we are put to earth, to love, and be gentle to each other's hearts and soul. I hope you have a blessed life, my friend. And until the next time, protect your peace. Peace.